Welcome to the Haddie Show. My name is Haddydbaddie, and here with me I have
Kemi. Kemi Kusedo.
aka
Kem's mama.
Okay. Welcome, Kem's mama.
Does it have to be that I
Please,
have?
who are you?
My name is Ogedetega Ovwewe Otapia.
Otapia. Ovuveveve.
Yeah.
Then what do they call you?
Utum Papa. My name is Korex. Ajaya Korede Korex. Alright.
And you play.
What's your problem?
What do you freaking play? Can you just open your... Please ask him. What does he play? What do you
People
play?
don't pay me too. I see. I'm going to enter traffic now. People don't pay me enough for
What
this
I follow
shit.
you? We'll start again.
Oh yeah, sorry. I play Otumba. I play the Korex. I play Pastor Johnson. So I play different characters like that and a bunch of other things. No.
Crazy psychological
Person.
Yes.
You get it.
Weirdo.
It's in a weirdo. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about parental influence. Like, how did you, influence your parents had on you growing up? How was it? I'm going to start with Korex.
Korex.
Yes, I'm going to start with Korex. Please, they used to say girls first, but when it comes to money, they used to shove us aside. So, bro, you first. Let's go.
What do you want to know?
Parental influence. What are the factors that guys? It's like growing up. How was it? How did it influence you personally? Then how do you think
bad or good
influences people in the society?
Parental influence. I have to start thinking, like deep thinking. Now.
Benny, just use your words.
Parental influence. How did my parents influence me? So my father was fire, my mother was water. Yeah, mom was a cooler person. When she wanted to be crazy, she was crazy. My dad was military, disciplinarian, that kind of thing every time. So how it influenced me was that I think till I grew up, I didn't really have like a strong relationship with my dad. You understand? It's like
Because of how strict you felt.
yeah, I didn't know him as a person. I just knew him as he's the provider.
And that's it.
He school fees, you go to him, that kind of thing. So it's when I grew older, then I realized that, let me try and understand this man as a man himself. I'm like, this man also has struggles, that kind of thing. So, but with my mom, I was always very open, tell her things, but there was also a limit. Because this is Nigeria. It gets to a point that you actually start talking to your parents about things like, for example, things like sex. You understand? Like
which parents?
Which parents?
Your parents?
Me, I can't. Now I can tell my mom. I can talk to my mom about things like that. And maybe you guys not yet, child. Because I know your mothers will like really finish you.
But now, even at this age, no, I'm a virgin. No, I'm sorry.
There's some clothes that I even wear. If my mom sees this video, so I see these clothes.
She's like, it's too exposed.
Yes.
I said I'm talking a little smack, and I forget that people watch this video. And like, Korex, why are you casting yourself here?
No, it's fine.
Anyways,
it's fine.
that's
it's fine that
the
you talk
point.
to your mom about
It's
sex.
fine.
It's fine.
It's perfect, but I envy you, Sha. That's something I cannot do.
No, I don't even envy you. Because
I
that's why my
can't-
mom will be saying things. I don't want.
I
Don't
can't do that
worry.
with my parents. So how has that affected you, Kemi?
Well, both positive and negatively.
Yeah.
Because my own parents, let me just use his own kidney. My own parents are both fire. So it's just that growing up, my dad was in Abuja and we're in Lagos, so I didn't really feel his own fire. But I felt my mommy's fire. There's some things you cannot just do. That's why, I don't really have friends, and it's always very, very hard for me to like speak and say my mind in certain circumstances, because my mom was like, you can't tell me anything.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. They will use
One
it
man
to preach. They will preach for you that you can tell them. Don't
And
fall
then
for
there was a
it.
time like this that when I was younger, someone touched me, and because I was so afraid, I couldn't tell my mom. And I told my auntie. My auntie now told my mom. Guess what? My mom still beats me that I did not tell her. And I was like, why? Why?
I was like the one being beaten.
Why?
I was the one they touched.
Oh my God! Why you beat me? So,
Anyways,
I feel like my mom. I grew up more with my mom, so I took a lot of attributes from her. Saving wise. That's where the positive comes in. Saving wise, being accountable. Things like that. Because I was in my mom's shop for a very long time.
Accountant.
After After school, I'll go to my mom's shop. And you see that same shop, I learned how to steal. So my mom used to check my mom used to like check everything that goes out of the store, the shop, and everything that comes in. So I always have to write it, and plus people's change, people that owe him bottles,
how much you stole,
plus,
like,
so what I used to do is that, when someone comes and I know that person is not living like 2 streets or 3 streets around our street, and the person says, I want to collect 10 naira change, I say there is no change. So the person will go, I know that person is not going to come back. So that 10 naira change, me, I've already accounted for it that I've given the person change.
But it's
so I've started, and I used to save my stealing. I'm not a greedy.
It's crazy how you're basically you're saying
steal. My brother, my immediate elder brother, when he wants to steal meat or chicken or something, he steals raw ones. Like he will cut out of it and boil it himself, because that way you cannot even know. You can't know. So those of us that wish to now steal like the ones that you already cooked, she will know because she has counted it. But he would have cut all everything. So any day that nobody's around, he will just cook it and he will just as if he's eating suya. So
I like that.
It's left me in a positive and negative way. Currently in my life, there are certain things I do, like my mom, and and there are a lot of things that I still don't understand. I still don't do because of how I saw my parents. You understand, like growing up, like negatively. I don't want to go in depth into it. So I feel like sometimes, and which I feel like our generation is going to do, or they're already doing it, because we're already old. Already right for marriage.
Who's right?
Okay. So our generation is already doing that, and talk to your children. Ask them things that are happening. I saw something about Kourtney Kardashian. She said something about her children, whenever they're having a bad day, she'll allow them sleep at home.
Yeah.
You understand? And she will not, and some people are like, no, when your children are having, they must go to school. You understand? And I was like, you know what? There's a difference between having a bad day and not wanting to go to school.
Yeah.
You get it's very, because I had situations in school where people were bullying me. I couldn't talk and I couldn't go. Do you get? Yeah. And even me, I bullied some people in my primary. Let me not lie. My primary school. But I feel like from my own perspective, I really saw. I saw a lot of truth in what she said.
I think it's just something about the, let me say, I won't say African, like in Nigerian parenting from our parents' uncle, them in that generation.
I think it's changing.
Yeah, it's changing. We never could have like conversations with them.
Parents,
it was always this thing where it was like the elders know best.
Yes, and you can't say an elder person is lying.
Do you understand?
I told my grandma she was lying that day. She hooked me.
They lie, they steal, they do all these things. See, it was when I grew up I realized that my dad and my mom, they did not really know what they were doing. They were just figuring out things as they were planning for things, right?
But things were happening.
You understand? They didn't have everything figured out.
Because
people say they call you auntie. When you were younger, people look at people you looked at, you just think
that you were auntie.
Now you like figured out. That's this uncle in his 20s. He knows everything.
Now
already.
we are the auntie.
And we don't know
everything.
So I feel now, like you said, in our generation we're beginning to know that even some of these kids, they're aware about things.
Very aware.
Like for example, when I mentioned earlier about like sex, I was at my cousin's house one day and I saw the way they were treating their kids, and I was watching a movie on TV and the kid just came and he's like, oh, what are you watching? I'm like, oh, I'm watching this. I said, oh, what's the racing? Oh, it's not for me. And he went. I'm like,
what?
He saw that he was 18, and he said because his mom, they have conversations like that, like
about
you understand. So he knows what's not for him. She was not at home. He just did that. I'm like, wow, me. He said my dad told me that. See, the day I catch you watching porn, see, I'll take out your this. I will cut it. No, he said we first flog it. Flog you on your so we'll flog you and he'll say he's gonna be your grandpa. Do you understand? So they kind of affected us based on fear.
And no matter what they did, we still ended up seeing those things. Because my siblings,
you get back to do them one way or the other.
My siblings, my other ones,
they're exposed to it.
They used to watch a lot of things and they didn't allow me to watch it with them. So and they will go out the next day. I know how NEPA used to be. The DVD was inside this thing, and then
So
never does. I watched it.
How can I?
They don't know till I watched it. I watched the full thing. I watched this movie. I spit on their grave, or I spat on their grave. I watched the full thing.
Oh God!
You got everything. I watched everything, and I was in primary school.
Bruh.
I watched everything.
Bruh. I think most parents think they have everything under control, and
Yeah.
I think they don't, because when you try to enforce something on people, it doesn't work. There's a normal and minimal way you talk to people that it actually makes sense. Out of my parents, my mom and my dad, I fear my mom more. My dad, once he's eating, he will give you food, he will share with you, you can gist with him.
Sorry, quick. Do you agree that it's like females have these things for their mom, like they fear their mom, and males fear their dad, or is it just Because me, I feel like I was cooler with my mom.
I was
and
cooler with
my
dad.
My dad was the.
I feared both.
I was cool
both
with
of them.
my dad has this he's more like a soft person. He's the soft version.
just
But my
now.
mom,
Just
she
now.
can use honorable to destroy your life.
Yes.
She can throw anything at you and she will kill you. But now we're having
My mom beat me. Like, she carried me to the
Jesus.
room. She beat me. My friend was waiting for me. And my mom was looking at me from upstairs.
She went to go and say she's not doing friends again.
I told the girl, I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
You want to be your friend again.
I don't want to be your friend anymore. After they beat me, because my mom, after beating me, my mom told me to escort the girl. And I was crying. I was red. I was crying.
Her mom is a freaking gangster. 100.
But now my mom.
My mom will wake you up in the middle of the
my mom
night.
is so like
beat
when you call when
Middle
you
of
call her, when she calls, she's like, "Hello, my princess." I'm like,
I'm aware of that.
He's not then.
See, I feel like this the issue of parenting, there's a lot of things that we can pull out. Like it has a lot of subdivisions. Like this beating thing. It was my dad that my mom used to beat, but when she beat, you know that you don't really fuck up. When my dad beats you, it's like you are going to die today. He told my older brother at one time he was beating this bro like that. I love you, but I have to stay. Like, he beat this guy, like, blood is splash from his head.
Jesus.
He said, "Whoa, man, what that come?
I swear, no parents are like that.
What the
Bro?
What is happening?
Time out.
Did you adopt me?
Time out.
Am I your son?
I swear.
But
Hatred.
I got to understand that the older generation, they operated like our parents. They operated based on the fact that they had a lot of frustrations from
A
work.
lot, yeah, and they didn't know how to channel it.
Yeah, so it was.
So when you come
it was
home,
with the kids.
when you come home and then you're like,
we bear
Daddy,
the brunt.
I want ice cream.
You
And
want
they're
to?
looking
Maybe
at
you even
like,
say ice cream.
they're
You don't
looking
say
at-
it now. You
What's
say
wrong? Are you okay? Have you done your assignment?
There was one time we had one
You say it.
landline in my house, so me and my brother was always like, "Oh, call that in the office." I will call it. Oh, Dad, it's me, encouraging when you're seeing me. Yeah, but you're coming. Bye, Mr. Big. So sometimes he'll be like, yeah. Sometimes he's like, okay.
Will you get
You
up?
see, you have like that. This man is at work. His boss has changed it for him.
Yeah.
And he thinks this one is like, he thinks it's money. And like his kids saying, "Okay, Daddy, come and buy." Like, shit, I should have used a condom on you people. Like, what is this? You get.
I
Double
swear.
rum in shit.
And you now end up having like 4 or 3 of them, bro.
You get.
That's
So
enough.
like.
Anyways, I'm glad that parents of nowadays are actually changing. My mom will wake you in the middle of the night to destroy your life. You offend her in the afternoon, she'll keep it for you. Once it's midnight, she'll wake you, bang, bang, bang. And the first thing you wake up to do is shh. That's what she will be telling. Shh, because
So that nobody will beg for you.
nobody will beg for you. She'll do shh, 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 shh.
That is like serial killer shit.
Now,
Like, you're like,
that's the first thing you hear. Mama.
stab back when you bang.
So it's very.
It's like a rapist. Like, if you
move,
If you scream, if you say a word,
shift your pants.
like that, shift your pants.
Wow.
It's that long. But I just feel that parents of nowadays they are better, and I think they are channeling their frustration on some things else, not the children, because nobody them offend you. You know, if even though you are impacting some knowledge or I don't know growth in their life, there's a way you do it that it won't frustrate them. My daddy cannot beat. If he wants to beat us, once he tells us kneel down there. I remember the day when we burnt. My younger brother, we burnt my daddy's favorite shoe. Went to hide it. That's why my daddy now saw the shoe.
Like what does it take to burn your father? She's like,
No, we went to like plug heater. Yeah, what's what's it called?
Boiling
ring. So we plugged it. My younger brother, I was one that carried. I told him, okay, switch off this thing. Let me carry it because we were kids. He did not switch it off. Lights came. The shoe got burnt. What will we do? My brother said, let's go and throw it away. I said, he will see it because my daddy he likes to clean the house, clear everywhere. We now hid it in the balcony. This very day, we saw our daddy arranging the balcony. I just looked at my brother. We are dead. We should have stood there. And my two elder brothers, the older brothers were there. They were looking because he now found it. Who spoiled my shoe? We just pointed at each other. Is this one? Is that one? Leave that there. My daddy carries. Give me broom. The two older brothers were there like, let's see what he wants to do. He carried. Give me your hand. Don't do that again. Give me your hand.
Are you serious?
Don't do that again. Even me that was doing that, boss laugh. I was a kid, but I laughed. I was like, what's this? If it's my mommy, fire and brimstone, you are dead. See that shoe? We'll go and throw it away. Like, where is the shoe? We don't know. Because we cannot wear it, so she will not query us. But you see my, shit. My mama. My mama. Please, parents, small. Dear.
For me, right now, honestly, this is a final note. Because you guys don't pay me enough to stay this long. I will say my final note. See, I really feel like some of our parents, I will not say all of them, because some of them were just outrightly mean.
Yeah.
Some of our parents did what they knew how to do.
It
was the
or
best
maybe
they
the
could
way
offer
they were even
time,
treated.
you understand? So that's how far they knew how to treat kids. So there's not. I don't think there's anything. So there's also any English.
Go again.
There's any such thing. Jesus. There's any such thing as perfect parenting.
Yeah.
You just have to try your best.
You have to try your best.
Because sometimes our parents have good intentions, but they don't execute it in the best way.
Yes.
Understand? So even some of us will still make mistakes with our kids.
100.
Do you understand? Like we will still make mistakes.
We'll just have to try and make it better. And please, some of us some parents, it's not us, I'm not born, sorry. Some parents used to give their children PTSD. Like, you just maybe they are coming like, hey, my mom is coming. It shouldn't be that. My daddy can be in the parlor and I'll walk into the parlor. I have some friends that their father, once they hear that daddy is around, you dare not. You dare. Why are you raising your hand?
Sorry, can I fart? I feel like farting.
I swear if I don't post this, call me a bastard.
Did are you smelling?
I did not hear it. This
Korex.
This Korex is a bastard. Like, see someone that military man king and he's like this.
Guys, I'm not like this. Like, I'm posh. You see me outside, holla at your boy.
He's not posh.
Holla at it, boy.
He's not posh. Anyways, I think with these few points, any last notes, please?
I've said my own last notes.
So
I'm good.
Okay, so on this last note, please, parents, like upcoming parents, please, whatever you do, your kids are watching you. Don't be aggressive, because the same way what you teach them, they watch you actually. It's not what you tell them to do that they do. They do what you do. Yeah. So let's try our best not to be hostile. Like those, even you that are parents that are beating your wife, or your wife is beating your husband or something. Those kind of things. People get used to it, and some people see it as normal. They see it as, oh yeah, that's how my parents were treated. They want to be like that. So please, and please.
I feel like this topic should have like a part 2, a part 3, and I hope you get to do that eventually. I heard a pregnancy joke. Nah, I feel like I'm being like gay right now. So I heard a pregnancy joke that
when they enter your jail.
They should accost him on the road.
They say after 8 rounds, the girl gets pregnant, and you say it was an unwanted pregnancy. How can you have 8 rounds with someone?
And it's unwanted.
And you are
inside.
8 rounds.
And it's unwanted.
Like, that was desperate.
What were you looking for? Plasma TV or football?
That was desperate. You wanted that thing. You wanted that thing.
You know they smell
she doesn't get it.
She's like,
what? Kev, you are slow. You're so slow. Bye, guys. I'm out of here.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. Thank you very much. See you next time. Mwah, pizza.
Bye bye.
I swear to God.